We were mentioning something like this before. The Senate was won over by the Republicans with the won the majority with the two senators that were won by the Republicans and lost by the Democrats. Let's recall that the Democrats held until today a slim majority of the Senate chamber, and that is one of the things that will be defining the upcoming term in the years to come. How much does that define the political scene to have the control of the Senate?
Oh, this is highly significant. They can, if Trump is also to win and they have the Senate or both houses of Congress, that means they're almost uncontested. That would certainly be a nightmare for the Democrats. Do we have the House of Representatives? How is it shaping up right now at this late hour? The House, what we're seeing is, the GOP is on top with 178. They gained one seat so far, so it's only one flip. I'm just getting news as well that Chris Halali, longtime anti-imperialist, someone who has been instrumental in trying to create peace and communication between Russia and the United States, someone who has long defended the Donbass region, a region that lost 14,000 of its people because of the U.S.-sponsored counter-revolution, the Maidan coup in Kiev, and this violence against the Russian-speaking populations in eastern Ukraine. Chris Halali won a local office as the bailiff in Vermont, which would put a communist in this local office. And I think it gives a sense of the change across America. Kayla and Jameer spoke to it earlier, so our hats off to Chris Halali, someone who is a true patriot, true American, fighting for peace from Gaza to the Donbass. And it's important to take into account these local races that don't get as much attention. But if we want to ascend and to organize on a higher level, what better place to start with our neighbors in our communities in Middle America? And that's where we can really have an impact. So congratulations to Chris Halali from the ACP.
Yeah, this information is also paramount because, as you were saying, now that the Republicans hold the majority in the Senate, for example, they have control regarding their justices' appointment to the Supreme Court of Justice. And we know what happened back in 2022 when they overturned Roe versus Wade. And because they have now the control over legislation and over, the legal bodies in the country, they also, if Donald Trump wins, if he is called the victor in this and the winner in this election, as you know, he also will have the correlative power to call the federal judges and to appoint the cabinet posts. If Kamala Harris wins and the situation with the Senate, the correlation is that the Senate and the bodies controlled by the Republicans can hold her back from enforcing some legislation and interrupting or making more difficult her governance and her time in office. So this is a key issue. And I know many of the media do not seek, the importance, do not address the relevance of this information, but it is one of the many parts of the governance in the United States. And in any case, which, aside from the party that wins, there is a party sitting in the chambers of the government, in the Congress and the Senate. So those are also governing bodies. They have decision-making power. They can push or pull back some legislation and also have an impact, an important impact on the lives of the people. I want to retake something that we were speaking prior to your breaking news, Belen, and we were making a point regarding why the idea of a roll voter or maybe a model of voter is not serving the current election. And I think we have been addressing this the whole night and the whole broadcasting, but what it means in the core is that people are voting for their survival, and their survival is translated in the economy. And in many cases on the survival in social spheres, in political spheres. So, but we cannot think only, for example, out of the 333.3 million people in the United States, 70% that are registered to vote are women, and 68% are registered for voting, those are men. So you have this balance, and you will think, okay, so this 70% of the voters that are women, or the 70% of the voting population, okay, they will vote for the women's rights. But you have to take into account other intersectional factors, like maybe the religious belonging, because or the affiliation, because they are going to have a different perspective, a different ideology on some matters that are in discussion in this election, also in the economy. For example, if you belong to Arizona and Nevada, moreover Nevada, you know, there the economy is harsh, is in a harsh and dire situation after the COVID-19 hit really hard on that state. So they are going to vote not only for some social issues, but also for the possibility of contracting immigrants, okay, for having immigrants there, for reviving the local entrepreneurships, the small businesses, because the small business owners are the motor of the economy in Nevada, and you know, the tourism also. So they are going to vote not because, okay, they are going to vote because they feel so, but also because they have this survival mode, this idea, and they're holding into the economy. Let's rethink this. We are speaking about the country that is the core of capitalism. Okay, we cannot just put that aside. So economy is always first and foremost the core of what people are moving on politically, and why they are seeing this election, and what they are choosing one candidate or the other.
Exactly. So as we continue to analyze this night, we move forward and